Hello, hello. I wanted to share today about this idea of happiness, and I wonder if we were more content, could we just have like happiness more in our lives? And what made me start thinking about this is I've been watching Ramit Sethi's show on Netflix. I think it's called "I Will Teach You to Be Rich." I know that's the title of his book. But the premise is that like everyone has this idea in their life, in their minds of like what would be your rich life. But it's interesting that no matter where you are in your life, like there's a lot of people who are just not happy and they're discontent. And somehow we have been, I think, brainwashed to think that like happiness is over there. Like you couldn't be happy here and like en route to your goals or your dreams. And so what I mean by that is I've really been challenging myself lately. And if you've been seeing the last 2 weeks worth of videos, you see I've been doing this mindfulness meditations. And I figured I would just share them with you all too, because maybe it would be helpful. But what I found is that I'm finding I'm more content if I just stay right here and not try to think that I would be happier when, because I just look at all the things that I have right now that I thought that when I got those things that I would be exponentially happier. And I'm really not. I'm not unhappy, but I just realized that my happiness is way more connected to my thinking than what I actually have in my life. And so, for instance, like right now, I'm in like a really challenging season in life because, as you know, I started working part-time. Yes. Okay, buddy. Okay. Say mwah, mwah. All right, get down. Come on. No more rubs. You can get rubs in a second. Get down. Get down. So I started working part-time, and as a result of that, like every month I don't have any money. Like I'm literally short every single month. And now like I'm like kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul. And now I'm trying to figure out like which credit card am I paying this month? And then that way I could pay the other one the other month. And it's just like, oh my goodness. And it is definitely stressful. So I'm not gonna lie and act like this is not stressful, because it definitely is. But at the same time, I'm just like, okay, there have been times when I could pay all my bills and I wasn't any, more happy than I am right now, so to speak. I was a little less stressed, but I wasn't necessarily happy. And so watching that show, it just really made me think, I think it's something that we have clung to, and it's our thinking, but I think we could challenge ourselves, because on that show, I mean, like for instance, there's one lady, she gets 25,000 a month in alimony and child support, and still manages at the end of the month to have $5. $5. And if you think about some of us who do not get $25,000 a month, we think, oh, if we just had a little bit more money. But you see, it's really not about the money. It's not about, when I get kids, or when my kids are older, or when I get married, or if I get a divorce, or when I get a bigger house, or when I get a smaller house, or when I get a different job, or when I retire, or when I finish school, all this win stuff. I think it's you, like in the book that I've been reading, wherever you go, there you are. It's just really starting to hit home, because I realize that if I don't focus right now on creating happiness in my life right now and doing things that make my heart smile today, even when I can pay all my bills, which eventually I will be able to, but I won't be any happier if I haven't cultivated things in my life that make me happy. So whether it's hanging out with the doggy with his dirty eyes, whether it's hanging out with the dog, or coloring, or watching TV, or maybe getting back into scrapbooking, or going to the movies, or making teacher resources, because oh my goodness, I find that so relaxing. I'm loving making the YouTube videos, but I think just being more intentional about like my happiness, and realizing that it is absolutely possible to have what I call a happiness buffet. I love listening to this podcast called the Happiness Podcast with Dr. Puff. I'm going to link him below. And I love it because he entertains this idea of like, you could have a happiness buffet. So it's not just one thing that's going to make you happy. And you can have happiness on a continuum, which means what makes me happy at 48 probably was not the same stuff that made me happy at 38. And what's, God willing, I'm still here, it's not going to make me happy at 58, but it's okay. You can like pick and choose and add little things. And just know that like you can be happy here. And then you can also be happy when you reach your goal. Instead of like making it feel like happiness is this elusive thing, because I feel like it just feeds into our discontentment. You know what I mean? Like we can be happy here. We can be happy, when we reach that goal, get the new car, get the new job, pay off the credit card, get the raise, whatever it is. I still think we have the ability to be happy now. And I don't think that happiness and stress are necessarily mutually exclusive. So I think that it is possible to reside and hold both emotions. Like, am I stressed? I really am. Like, I really am like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? How am I going to make this money work out? But I also look on the other side and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so happy that I get a chance to work part-time. Like I'm going to figure this out because I love this. This makes me happy. And so my lack of money right now, it's making me stressed, but I also realize this is an opportunity for me to learn how to manage my money better, set up different systems, really be more intentional with my spending, be a good role model with my son so he can kind of not have the same kind of money mindsets that I've had. And it's just helping me grow, I think, as a person. It's helping me see that as long as we get up every morning, we can still grow. You're never too old to try new stuff, and you're never too old to stop stuff. So there's some stuff in our lives that it does not make you happy. And that. Okay, y'all, my thing got cut off. It says I have 5 minutes. I got to figure out how to get this, free up more storage on my phone. So let me wrap it up and say that I hope you find some happiness in your day, like little moments of happiness, and think of some things that you can add to kind of like your happiness buffet. So like, there's some stuff that maybe you do on the weekend that makes you happy. There's some stuff that maybe you do in the morning that makes you happy. There's some other stuff you do in the middle of the day that makes you happy. There's some stuff you do at night that makes you happy. And don't feel guilty. I mean, as long as you're not hurting anybody, things in moderation. But yes, I hope everybody has a great rest of the day. I'm filming this on a Saturday morning. I just finished washing my car. I dropped my son off at work, and now I'm getting ready to attend this this virtual event about real estate investing. So, which makes me happy. So until later, as always, be grateful. Bye-bye.